Let's see, the second thing I didn't like about the movie. After they get sentenced for the crime they didn't commit, which in the movie is the death of a general that sent them on this mission to get these printing plates that Saddam loyalists are using to make money. This is set in our time, the latest war being the Iraq War, as being the war that they served, and we're in the television show it was the Vietnam War, so they're trying to update the movie. And that's a pretty good plot for it, and the whole rest of the plot is that they are trying to clear their names after they break out of their maximum security facilities. 4 different maximum security facilities, one for each team member. They were divided when they were imprisoned. Make sure it'd be hard for them to get back together, but obviously they get back together when they break out. And when they break Mr. T out, and I should say not Mr. T, Quentin Rampage Jackson is the one that plays B.A. Baracus. When they break B.A. Baracus out and they break the other Murdoch out last, they're all back together. Face gives him a razor. Face gives B.A. Baracus a razor to shave because he's got a beard on now and a full head of hair. He had the mohawk in the beginning of the film. Now he has a full head of hair because obviously a prison wouldn't let you cut your hair. And he shaves the beard to get his classic goatee like he usually has, but he doesn't shave his head to get the mohawk. I'm thinking, what? Why? I have taken a vow of no violence. What? Badass Baracus has taken a vow of no violence? What the hell? This is Badass Baracus! I suppose the reason is because they wanted to humanize him. They wanted to show, I guess, the effects of war on veterans and post-traumatic stress, I guess, maybe, to show that they want to be less violent and show this effect on B.A. Baracus. And I understand you want to humanize B.A. Baracus, and I'm a liberal and all, but when I go to an action film, I don't want to see a character that I grew up with. I want to see a character act the way I thought he would have acted in the 1980s, and not this and I don't want to see him become pansy ass. What the hell is this? A vow of no violence? What? But thankfully, the vow of no violence. And it's just kind of stupid. I mean, he's reading Gandhi, and it's like, yeah, I'm all for Gandhi, you know. But come on, this is B.A. Baracus. Thankfully, the vow of no violence only lasts for about 10 to 15 minutes in the film. And then he goes back to getting the mohawk, and he's back to his badass self. Thank you for keeping it short. But still, you put a vow of no violence? No, that's not what he is. So that was a little bit upsetting. And the final thing that kind of disappointed me is something they didn't have in the movie. Hannibal did not put on disguise at all in the whole movie. And I am very disappointed about that. This is one of Hannibal's things. He is a master of disguise. I suppose the reason why is because they really didn't figure out how to write that into the script. At what point do they put it that he's a master of disguise? At what point can they put that he's putting on disguise somewhere? But it's one of his things. I was expecting it to happen in this film, and it never happened. I was also hoping they were going to bring back the van somewhere into the end of the film, but that never happened either. But aside from that, it was a pretty good film. That's why I'm giving it 3.5 stars. surprisingly, each of the cast members really made me feel like they were the characters in the television show. Liam Neeson did a wonderful job as being Hannibal. When he was one of the ones that shocked me the most, because I didn't think he could make me feel like he was Hannibal. Because he's a very sophisticated guy, and I didn't think a sophisticated guy could really pull off a cigar-smoking colonel. But he did a very good job of playing that role. Bradley Cooper, I knew he could pull off the role of Face very well. Sharlto Copley from District 9, the movie District 9, did a wonderful job as Murdoch. I was a little shocked of him too. He did a wonderful job as Murdoch. There were like a few scenes where, yeah, that's the way Murdoch would act, and it's like, yeah, that's Murdoch. And it's like, whoa, wow, wearing 3D glasses, or he's like hopping around on a toy horse. Like, that's the way Murdoch would act. Yep, that's Murdoch. So yeah, that's kind of like the way Murdoch acts. And then you got Quentin Rampage Jackson playing B.A. Baracus. Yeah, he actually made me feel like he was B.A. Baracus. One of my friends did not like the fact that he doesn't have the bling bling on. He doesn't have the gold on him. And I guess maybe they didn't know how to write that in. Maybe he'll have the bling bling on if they decide to do a sequel, perhaps. Maybe he'll get some gold and look a little bit more like Mr. T for the sequel. But he did a pretty good job, even without the gold. I mean, you don't expect them to have gold after he breaks down a maximum security facility, because in a maximum security facility, they can take away all your gold. So, yeah. He's never gonna, and you don't really expect him to wear gold in the military when he's serving in Iraq. So, no, that's not gonna work. So, I guess they had to make it make sense for the movie. But it was a very good film. And Jessica Biel is also in the film. She plays a former captain. Her part is that she was responsible for these plates, for the printing plates. And because they're lost because the A-Team lost them, well, they're accused of being losing them, when it's actually the fault of this mercenary group called Black Forest, which is their version of Blackwater. I guess they can't use the name Blackwater in the movie. They have to use the name Black Forest instead. So Black Forest is their actual real people that were behind them, and some CIA guy were the ones that were really behind the death of this general and the loss of the printing plates. So it goes a little bit into that as well. But it was a very good film. And Captain Sosa, Lieutenant Sosa, however you want to call Jessica Biel's character, she did a very good in the movie as well. Very good film. So there you go.